Welcome on today's show, my friend. Before we start, let me share with you something from the book of wisdom. It's a short story. Jesus prays for all believers. My prayer is not for them alone. I pray also for those who will believe in me through their message, that all of them may be one. Father, just as you are in me and I am in you, may they also be in us, so that the world may believe that you have sent me. I have given them the glory that you gave me, that they may be one as we are one, I in them and you in me. May they be brought to complete unity, to let the world know that you sent me and have loved them even as you have loved me. Interesting. Good verb. So that is from John 17:20 going down. Good verbs, creature of God. Here we acknowledge the maker, the creator of everything, everything. So, my friend, before we start our show, we always start talk with our creator with a word of thanks. But my friend, today I'll start by telling you what we do here. Interesting child of God, we react to videos. Good vibes videos from across the whole world with different messages and the different good vibes source. And all of these videos, we react to them to spread love to the whole world, ensuring that all earthlings live as one in love, unity, and good vibes. My friend, we also encourage honesty among all earthlings, forgiveness, and good vibes, and above all, good vibes. So, repentance. Always asking for forgiveness from our Maker so that we can all be cleansed and good, full of good vibes. So, child of God, before we dive in, let's talk with this Maker that is great and ask for their forgiveness and guidance in our show of today. Dear Lord Father, our Maker and Creator, thank you for your love, kindness, and goodness, Father. Thank you for the videos that we have today. Dear Lord, above all, thank you for this viewer today's Father, today's viewer, your child, that you have joined us together with them, Father. All glory and love belong unto you. Dear Lord, forgive them all their sins, Father, and also forgive us. Help us to be one with them and to spread love together. In your holy name, Jesus Christ, we pray, trusting and believing. Amen. Let's dive in good vibes, soul. Peace and love till the end. My friend, oi, press the play. Yo, the game of mind. The Illuminati. Look at this. 911. This is crazy. Good vibe soul. This one, what we are seeing, the cartoonish rake pictures. Allegedly, there's a mysterious card game that was back then in 1995 and had all these deceptions, crazy drawings of things that are now currently happening. Now, what do you think this could be? Could that be just a coincidence or the maker of those cards knew something? Anyway, it's all for entertainment purposes. Look at it. These cards even predicted I the electric car thing. This is crazy. I'm surprised these cards were existed back then in 1995. And myself, I've never even heard of cards like this. It's crazy stuff. Have you ever seen them yourself?
This is fucking spooky. Have you heard of the Kobe Bryant conspiracy theory? Okay, you're gonna add all four of these numbers and then tell me what you get. If you did the math right, you would have gotten 8,024. Kobe's jersey numbers were 8 and 24. And if you take these numbers and add each number individually, you're gonna come up with the number 41. Kobe Bryant was 41 years old at the moment of his death. This is so fucking crazy. So they died on January 26th. Now, if you add those numbers individually, you get the number 9. And there were 9 people that died in the helicopter crash. Now, this last part had me spooked. So the helicopter departed at 9:06 in the morning. And at 9:47, they reported the crash. If you take 9:47 minus 9:06, you get 41. The helicopter crashed within 41 minutes of departing. Kobe Bryant was 41 years old at the time of death. Was there a conspiracy behind Kobe Bryant's death? Was it a ritual from the Illuminati? There's all these crazy theories out there. All this math and numerologies give me a fucking headache. Click the plus sign and let me know what you think.
Hey, sorry. Mind blowing stuff. Hey, these guys are putting on glasses, all of them. What's up? Is there anything strange? Yeah, I can't attach the strings here. This one I'm out. You guys, good web source. You have to help me.
Actually, they're part of the mind control system that they use through television and the media. The higher ups.
That right there is in a book called The Elders of the Protocols of Zion. That was in like 1898. They was talking about how the Jews will use TV and media and propaganda to control the world and take over the world. So little things like that just, oh man. Who wrote that book? It was a Russian who wrote that book too. Elders, whoever's watching this, Elders of the Protocol of Zion, read it. It gives you an idea of the blueprint to take over the world. It is.
They're implementing it right now.
It's actually, when you read it, they say it's false. But when you read it, you see everything coming to light.
And the Vatican represents the real powers of this world, not Jewish at all. The Jewish yarmulke, that's a Catholic symbol, not Jewish. So you need to understand that if there's a conspiracy going on, it's Rome. If there's ever been a truth on this earth, the Vatican is behind the demise of America and the whole world. All you've got to do is look at Washington, D.C., and understand that Caesar, the seat of power for the Roman Empire, was called Capitol Hill. And that's why we today have a Capitol Hill. And the word capital is a Latin word for money. And always money had a dome. It's called domus. It's the power, dynamite, domus, the power of money. And consequently, that's why our capital has a dome, the Capitol Dome. And under the domus, you have the Senate, the United States Senate. No, the Roman Senate. And on both sides of the presidential podium where the president stands to give his State of the Union message, on both sides are 8-foot-high fasces, a bundle of sticks with a hatchet head. They are Roman symbols for world fascism.
You're like animals. Excuse me, I'm a Jew, and I just like to say that, in our Bible it says that you're like animals.
This is the scariest video you'll ever watch. You probably won't see or read any of this anywhere else. And as usual, it's all true. I'm going to tell you how they're going to persuade you to kill yourself, and if they don't succeed in getting you to do that, to commit suicide, then I'm going to tell you how they're going to kill you. This is scary. It's taken me weeks to put this together, and I still find it disturbing. It's April 2024, and welcome to video 335, all since March 2020. I said in my last video that I was taking a break, and I meant it. However, something else has come along that I've got to warn you about. Euthanasia, suicide by doctor. Euthanasia is being promoted as offering dignity and control, but in a growing number of countries around the world, the same lies are being told, and everything you think you know about euthanasia is almost certainly wrong. Euthanasia is about saving money, collecting organs for the super rich, killing disabled children, killing the mentally ill, and reducing the money spent on caring for the poor and the disabled and patients in pain. Euthanasia isn't painless, and it's all about saving money and harvesting organs for the rich. You think I'm exaggerating? Well, they killed one man because he was deaf. They've already killed people who were poor, and they've killed people who tried to change their minds. Euthanasia victims have died screaming, struggling to live. They'll kill children who say they want to die without their parents' permission. Euthanasia victims are listed in the official statistics according to whatever disease they had last. So someone with diabetes who's euthanized will have died of diabetes and not of euthanasia. This is the same trick they used to pretend that COVID was killing millions. Remember, early in 2020, I pointed out that the rules and the PCR test allowed the authorities to label patients as COVID deaths when they'd actually been run over by a bus or killed by an axe-wielding madman. They won't let me tell you about this on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, or anywhere else, except here on my BitChute channel and on my website, www.vernoncoleman.com. I'm banned from every other form of media there is. Joe Biden's White House even tried to get one of my books banned. No one was allowed to report that. Today, euthanasia is already legal in Belgium, Canada, Luxembourg, Netherlands, New Zealand, Spain, Colombia, and parts of Australia, as well as in Switzerland and some states in America. A disabled woman in Canada was offered a place on her nation's euthanasia program because it was easier than adapting her home to her needs. A Canadian man who was facing eviction from social housing was accepted onto the country's euthanasia.
What history will never tell you is we've had and still have free energy. These are the remnants of our hidden technological past. We can see previous civilizations were far more advanced beyond anything we'd imagined, let alone anything we've been told. And they hide this because they want to hide the Yugas, the Golden Age. All these temples and buildings of the old world were built with a purpose. No element of antiquity was just random decoration. Everything served a specific function. They were harnessing kinetic energy and converting it into electrical power, and harnessing the ether above. I mean, the sole existence, let alone construction of these structures, is beyond comprehension, with undeviating geometric symmetry. You mean to tell me they built this with hammer and chisels? It's time we understand the historical narratives we've been fed are not designed for us. It's for them. Just about everything we've been taught about the past is utter bullshit. And the buildings and structures that remain are a testament to that.
Where are they gone?
I don't know.
You don't know. So who ate them all?
Someone come round and they just ate them all.
Someone come around and ate the cakes?
Yeah.
So someone broke into a home and ate Mr. Kipling's Angel Slices. Didn't take the TV, didn't take, some jewellery. They took these cakes.
And it was a black man.
What? Okay, my friends, this is the card game again. The one that was at the beginning of the video. Look, it's from back then in 1994. Look at the things that it had there, drawn on those cards. Who made these cards? Oh, this is quite crazy and bizarre. Is this real thing that exists? Good people of Earth, which game was this? Hi. No way. How could this be playing cards? And some things here are yet to happen. Oh man, this is crazy. Oh, the people that made these cards need to be found, you see? And do some explaining to the world. What do you think?
Please. That man's obsessed with me forever till this day. I say beat him.
Babe, I beat up my ex and that man still hits me up.
Exactly. The ones that you beat up, they want.
I told you, they're dogs. Train them.
They are. They're not
Train
right.
them. Put them on a fucking leash and train them.
That's what I'm saying.
And guess what? The one ex I didn't beat up is in a happily married.
What is this? The Breakfast Club starring Courtney Clenny and Jodi Arias? So these girls claim that this video was a joke. You know what's not a joke, though? That 73% of men experience DV at some point in their lives, but that only 13% will ever report it. Why? Well, you just showed us why. Because it's seen as a joke. What's also really disturbing is the comment section. I literally tried being nice and he said he did not like it. Okay, sir, say less. 3,500 likes. Walk him like a dog. 1,200 likes. Bro, the girls that get it. 900 likes. Same. I feel like I can't live without you. Like, did I hit you too hard? Almost 400 likes. Solid advice. I have 2 domestics. We got back together in each case. Sometimes women empowering women just becomes women enabling women. This is one of those times. On behalf of all rational women, I unclaim you. Your lady card is being revoked. You may have it back when you start acting like one again.
That was quite strange. Okay, let's go now to the conspiracies again. You see that monster logo, my friends? If you go to the Hebrew numbers, that each symbol there represents 6. Do you see? How is that related with anything? Okay, let's look at this. The audio design and the satanic cross. My God, this is crazy. No way. Why would someone draw the satanic cross on top of Oreos? This is unbelievable stuff. Aye. And even Google stuff is like his victim. Look, oh my god, this is no way, no way. The Facebook thing, which is very common in this side of the world, it also signifies this is crazy stuff. My god, do you believe these things, good people, man? Look at the name monster. This monster has been accused several times from different episodes. What do you
Why do you feel so passionately about this?
Because I know there's an agenda.
What's the agenda?
The agenda is paper mile next, then it's electric, then it's car sharing, then it's reduced private ownership of vehicles, then all these cameras are always going to be for the police. It's for surveillance. You think it's going to be used to prevent crime, but it's actually going to be linked to when we go to digital ID with our digital currency, all linked to our carbon footprint, essentially a credit scoring system.
Imagine a population so brainwashed that you could convince them to be terrified of a virus that they've never seen, while spraying them daily in broad daylight in the sky, only for them to deny it's happening to them because no one on TV told them it was.
But I believe today the most serious evil organization on the face of the earth is the Vatican. You're talking the Knights of Malta, which gave us the 6 men who founded the CIA in America, were all Catholics, members of the Knights of Malta. When you begin to look at the banking fraternities in America, like the Bank of America, Union Bank in California, all of these people who founded these banks and today are running the banking establishment are all Knights of Malta, Catholic Masonry. All the kings and rulers in Europe rule by the divine right. It's called the divine right of kings. What are you talking about? Who represents divine to give the king the right? The Pope. The Pope appoints certain families to be over the French. The Pope appoints certain people to be over the Germans and over the British. And so by divine right. Why? Because the Pope represents God. And the Pope says that this family is holy and that they should rule. And therefore they could now say they rule by divine right.
This 1775 Bible shows that March is actually the first month of the year, and Sunday, yes, you heard right, is the first day of the week. The first month of the year is March. Look at all the way to the end, guys. There's 13 months. 13 months. First day of the week, Sunday. Second day, Monday. Look at that. 7th day or 7. Saturday. This is the proof right here. I've always been a curious soul, but not in the way you'd expect from scholars or historians. My explorations take place from the comfort of my own home, often late into the night, guided by the soft glow of my laptop screen. This is how I ended up watching a video by Mark Pyers on his channel.
It really doesn't matter if Donald Trump or Donald Duck wins the US elections. It really doesn't matter if Kamala Harris or Kermit the Frog wins. Our rabbis teach us, Lev Malachim v'sarim biyad Hashem. The hearts of kings and ministers are in the hands of God. When it comes to international affairs, anything that impinges on the future of this world, Donald Trump, Kamala Harris have no freedom of choice. They become like puppets. And who pulls the strings of those puppets? We do, the Jewish people. God set up this world in such a way that our every action for the good or the not so good ascends through all the spiritual worlds above this world to the highest possible places in creation. It makes an effect there, and then the power of that action descends back down all through those worlds to this, the lowest physical world, and becomes a physical reality. For example, someone
was joined to America by satellite across the Atlantic in 1962. But the link across the Pacific was not completed until 1966. This evening, by using satellites, microwaves and landlines, we will link Europe with Africa, Asia, Australia, and America.
COVID is critical because this is what convinces people to accept, to legitimize total biometric surveillance. If we want to stop this epidemic, we need not just to monitor people, we need to monitor what's happening under their skin, their body temperature. Like we walked in here, we had to go through a body temperature test. Now they're using it to see whether you have the coronavirus. But exactly the same technology can determine what you think about the government. You know, anger is a biological phenomena just like disease. It's not some spiritual thing out there. It's a biological pattern in your body. With this kind of surveillance, I mean, you watch the big president, the big leader, gives a speech on television. The television could be monitoring you and knowing whether you're angry or not, just by analyzing the cues, the biological cues coming from your body. Are you angry about what you hear? Are you frightened? Are you bored? This is the kind of power that Stalin didn't have. You know, when Stalin gave a speech, everybody, of course, clapped their hand and smiled. Now, how do you know what they really think about Stalin? It's very difficult. You can't have a KGB agent following everybody all the time. Even if you do it, he's just...
You never hear about Jimmy Iovine, Elliot Grange, Lucien Grange, Leo Cohen, Todd Moskowitz. All of these execs, they prop these guys up and they only give them deals if they partake in the debauchery with them, allegedly. And people like Diddy and Eazy-E and Jay Prince and Luke and Russell Simmons, and Baby from Cash Money, let's not forget him. What they've done is they've given people who have taken advantage of black ignorance, black lack of education, black lack of opportunity, giving them the right to monetize our dysfunction and our shame, because those individuals I just named, those black music moguls, say it's black culture.
For athletes or anyone sporting a toothless grin. It's a Canadian invention that not only plugs the gaps, but fills the holes with brand new pearly whites. CTV's Deborah Shirey explains.
Miller getting some time in Ekman's spot, and Ryan Smith is down and hurt.
It was a jaw-dropping shot as Edmonton Oiler Ryan Smith takes a puck to the face, and yes, those are his teeth.
As quickly as possible for
It's too late for Smith's smile, but researchers at the University of Alberta could have a cure for future toothless hockey grins. An ultrasound device that regrows human teeth. Tariq Albiali was researching jaw growth in rabbits.
Accidentally, when I applied the ultrasound, I found the lower incisor grow.
Albiali is the first to try the treatment on humans. After 20 minutes a day, new teeth started to grow in a month.
With this device, we'll get these roots together, held them together.
Where are you waving at, Leigh?
As this little girl was about to leave her mother's grave, she began waving and saying goodbye.
Bye, kids. Bye-bye.
Her aunt was confused by the situation, considering they were the only two people at the cemetery. She steps up onto her mom's grave before leaning her head up for a kiss. She points and says goodbye one last time, before going on as if nothing strange just happened.
That was strange. Look at this now. More strange stuff. Psychological warfare. What's going on? Oh, what is some logo there of... What's up? What's up? Where do waves go? So how does this relate? Is it the transformation or what's up? Do you think modern designs are...
This is a cathedral in the south of France, in a place called Narbonne. And this cathedral, like many other cathedrals, was designed by the Knights Templar and sympathizers of the Knights Templar. Now, we know through the confessions of the Knights Templar that they were involved in black magic, and they had idols called Baphomets. And, you know, really the The big joke about these cathedrals is that people pay thousands of pounds to come on pilgrimages, say from Germany or Yugoslavia or somewhere. People think they're going to have a wonderful Christian spiritual holiday. Well, that's far from the truth. The truth of the matter is that this is a Kabbalistic temple, and it contains carvings of most of the demons that you find in ancient magical scriptures, such as the Ars Goetia, the Testament of Solomon, the Clavicule of Solomon, and many of the other magical texts that have made their way into Europe from ancient Babylon, ancient Chaldea, which is a province of Babylon, and from Sumeria as well. Well, the truth of the matter is this, is that many people who claim to be cardinals and priests and members of the Catholic Church are actually involved in black magic. And there is such a thing as a black mass. Now, the black mass is exactly the same as the Catholic mass, except everything is reversed. And instead of praising Jesus and God, they praise Satan and Lucifer.
Have you heard about the theory that if your eyes look a certain way, you're destined to live a horrible life? Wait, what?
The Sanpaku eye theory. This means the three whites and refers to more. Look at this. According to Japanese beliefs, this history can tell you about a person's life and what they will encounter. There is Sanpaku and Sanpiku. In Sanpaku, or white under the iris, shows signs of psychological turmoil. Three celebrities examples are features like Marilyn Monroe, JFK, and Princess Diana, who all passed away. Young Sampaku, white above the iris, was believed to point to a belligerent, even violent temperate man. One of the most famous examples was Charles Manson, who was a cult leader known for his extreme powers. Here are some examples of positions of Sampaku and the other one. This is crazy stuff.
ABC News has obtained a videotape that shows clearly what happened when the president fell ill. Here's White House correspondent Ann Compton. Here's something odd I came across. This is President Bush Sr., not to be confused with his son, a later president. And in 1992, he vomited on the Japanese Prime Minister and then fainted. Now the odd things. Firstly, I don't remember this happening at all. But now there's all these clips on YouTube I'm just seeing. Secondly, watch his wife. That's Barbara Bush, who some say is Aleister Crowley's daughter.
The New World Order. What is all that about?
Let's start with the Annuit Coeptus. Annuit Coeptus is Latin, meaning our enterprise or our project is now a success or has been crowned with success. So then you say, well, your project is now crowned with success. What is the project? Novus Ordo Seclorum, which is novus, meaning new, ordo, order, the new order. Seclorium is the word secular in Latin, meaning the world, the new order of the world. You will notice that there are 13 layers in the pyramid. There are 13 letters in Annuit Coeptus. There are 13 stars above the head of the eagle. There are 13 berries and 13 leaves. There are 13 arrows. There are 13 stripes. Everything is done in sequence of 13 except the wings, which are 32 and 33 of the 32nd degree and 33rd degree of Freemasonry. I want to draw your attention to the right-hand side of the $1 bill at the top on the 1. Right here on the little curvature, if you look very closely, you will see an owl. It is used as a symbol because it sees things in the dark. The owl is an occult symbol used by the Bohemian Society and the Illuminati in general. It is used as a symbol because it sees things in the dark, and that's why it's wise, implying that our political leaders are seeing things in the dark. They are aware of many dark things which are going on, and that's why they're wise and you're not.